What kind of water do you have in your body? Let's get into this. Dr. Robert Cassar, eartheracademy.com. This is another rethinking your reality. Okay, just rethinking reality, but it's rethinking your reality. Now, what kind of water is in your body? Okay, that's sort of a trick question. I can tell you this, what kind of water is in your body? Since your body's made up of, let's say, about 80% water, sometimes even up to 90%, your water's dirty. We know, okay, if you went to school, that your body has salt in it. It needs salt water to work, right? So not only do you need clean water in your body, but you also need electrolytes. Salt has real salt. I like to use Himalayan salt, okay, or just pink salt. A closed mine salt. Closed mine means that it's not open to whatever's being sprayed down from the sky, from pollution to whatever. It comes out of planes exhaust. Anything that comes out of the sky will go into your salt when you dry it up. So, what kind of water is in your body? What kind of water are you drinking or putting into your body? That's another question. Remember, we know we're toxic. It's real simple. But what kind of water are you putting in your body? That's a big question. When I go to California, I have to buy bottled water there. And bottled water usually always comes in plastic. And if it comes in plastic, well, if you know anything about xenoestrogens are chemicals that mimic estrogen. So why do I want that in my water? Watch one of our videos called Estrogen Fed Society. That's a good one for you, just sort of to catch up on a few things. And just sort of think of it this way. What kind of water's in your body? It's the type of water you put in your body. Here's another question, simple question. What's the best water to drink? Most pure water there is. What do you think? What's the most pure water to drink? Because this is important for people, because water is everything. It's the master solvent. How does nature feed all of the plants and fill the lakes up? Does it fill it up with what kind of water? It's distilled water. Pure water, H2O, distillational water. Okay, so what kind of water do you think is the most pure water for you? Distilled water. And distilled water does have the efficiency to be able to break down rocks. Okay, that's why you see limestone caves and a lot of different things that the Mayans used to go ahead and use for rituals, deep caves, limestone caves, because they were carved out by distilled water. You don't want rocks in your body, okay? So cleaning the body is first starting with the master solvent, distilled water. So I drink about a gallon of distilled water a day, and if you don't know about distilled water, watch our videos on distilled water. Okay, this is just to catch up. A lot of people, this is the basics, but the basics are the easiest way to be able to detox every day without doing anything more than following a few simple rules. So you do need clean water in your body to be able to clean out the dirty water in your body. Just simple fact. How are you going to get the dirty water out of your body? Well, you drink, first of all, clean water. No plastic bottled water. Okay, do you think that's good? Do you think using a cheap filter? Okay, a lot of people buy these cheap filters at Walmart or just online. And do you have fluoride in your water? Do you have chloramines in your water? That's chlorine and ammonia. Do you have particulates in your water? Like aluminum, cadmium, mercury, lead, arsenic, thallium, stainless steel, all different types of plastics possibilities. All water needs to be filtered, and just because it comes in a bottle doesn't mean it's clean. That's for fact. So, anyways, water is everything. It's the master solvent. So once you put in clean water, that's real simple. If you want to add minerals to it, go ahead. It's going to lessen the effect of the breaking down of the kidney stones, the gallstones, the oxalate formations in the body. And you get oxalates from eating a oxalate-rich diet, which would be veganism. Raw veganism would be the worst. And you may want to watch our videos on oxalates. One of the easiest ways to go ahead and decrease your oxalates is to stop eating them like I did for 6 months. Watch our videos on that too, on how I changed from a 15-year plant-based diet, okay, and after 15 years I got malnourished and I got sick. So you have to be careful. Remember, plants are made up of water. They do have some nutrients in them, okay, minerals and so forth, but their bioavailability of a lot of things, okay, protein, fats, whatever they have, is not good as far as bioavailability. It means your body can't break it down as much as you think. Just because something from plant-based has 9 grams of protein in it doesn't mean you're going to get 9 grams of protein. Versus if you ate tuna, right, or a piece of steak or liver, whatever the bioavailability is, it's probably 100% because it's already broken down. So if you're malnourished, okay, not only do you have to add clean water to your body, but you need to re-nourish yourself. That's what I had to do. I had to re-nourish myself. Again, another video for you to watch, okay? Like I said, if you're a newbie, these are good for you to be able to see that you can change it up yourself. You have to become your own doctor, and a doctor just means you're going to teach yourself a lot of stuff by maybe looking at other people the way they did things. Look up my 1-year transformation, okay? 1-year transformation, so you can go ahead and see I gained 25 pounds of muscle in a couple of months, re-nourishing myself. So once you put in clean water, you've got that part licked, okay? And I wouldn't have any other liquids at all but distilled water. Like I said, in 2-3 times a day. If you feel you want to add some minerals, fine. Add a pinch of sea salt in. You can add ionic magnesium minerals in. Okay, a few things like this you can get on our recommended products. I don't use any supplements internally at all. I use a few maybe, but hardly any at all compared to what I used to use when I was plant-based. Why? Is because I knew that I was not getting the bioavailability. Remember, B12 you're not getting in plants, you're not getting vitamin A, D, E, K, you're not getting creatine, creatinine, you're not getting a lot of things in plants. So after a while, once you wear out your storages, then you get sick. Okay? And you're gonna have to figure it out. Once you get sick, it's not easy. And maybe doing vegetables for, like I always used to claim before, 180 days, go ahead and clean yourself up, but make sure your vegetables are organic, because most things are full of glyphosate. They're full of herbicides. They're full of chemicals. They're full of a lot of stuff. And if the plants aren't processed correctly, watch our ferments videos. If the plants aren't processed correctly, then you're not going to get any bioavailability. That's why they used to ferment everything. And now you have to go ahead and buy a little jar of sauerkraut for $10. Make your own. Watch our videos on that. So the best way for you to be able to just do simple detoxification is at least once a week, get a far infrared sauna. You can get a portable one for about $250. I'll give you an Amazon link of the ones I bought my children. Whether they use it or not, that's the best one I've found for $250. It's just a portable one. It's infrared, and sweat 1 day a week if you can. And you start your sweating. Watch our videos on, we've got lots of videos on sauna protocols. Just learning how to use the sauna, making it a regular part of your day. Okay? Or a regular part of your lifestyle, really. And in the beginning, if you want to use it every day, it's a good thing to be able to go ahead and drink a gallon of water a day, fast. Okay? If you're overweight, then eat one meal a day. That's it. Pretty simple. Don't snack on anything throughout the day. If you're hungry, then drink a bunch of water. I got water and lemon in here. So I'm fasting tonight until about probably about 3 o'clock, and then I'll have a small snack, and I'll have probably maybe 3-4 ounces of grass-fed beef, and that's it. Okay, or just I'll have a piece of lamb, maybe one piece, not too much, just to be able to feed my body more nitrogen, more amino acids, more things, so I can rebuild my muscles that I broke down working out 3 days a week. But if you're overweight, one meal a day is a good training for you to be able to see. Remember, parasites are everything. Just jumping around here is because water's one little piece of it. The sauna is how you go ahead and get a lot of your dirty water out of you. You drink clean water in, and you piss out of your skin. Your skin's the largest organ of your body. You piss out of your skin through your pores all the dirty water in that area. Okay, watch the videos, like I said, not only on sauna protocols, but the washing protocols, the skin cleaning protocols, because if you don't sweat, that means you're plugged. Think of it this way: if you're overweight, okay, by even 10 pounds, that means your body, most likely, 99.9%, has way too much estrogen in it. Again, watch our video on estrogen-fed society, just so you can get a little piece on that. And there's lots of videos that I've put out. Okay, remember, soy is full of estrogen. Okay, hops in beer. Here, you want a beer? You want to be a man? Here, drink this phytoestrogen, this very powerful phytoestrogen. Okay, eat this flax. That's what they push on you if you're vegan or vegetarian. All the doctors eat flax, eat soy, eat wheat, corn, soy. Okay, all it's doing is feminizing you. Either way, if you're a man, you're becoming more feminized, and if you're a female, well, you're just whacking out your hormones now with way too much estrogen. Everybody gains weight. Everybody gets fat when they have too much estrogen in their body. If you have too much estrogen in your body and you're a man, what do you think happens to you? You get fat, you get lazy, you get man boobs, and your testicles start to shrink from a medium-sized chicken egg, smaller and smaller and smaller, until they basically don't produce any testosterone at all because they're about this size. And if guys, if your testes are that size, well, watch our videos on how I increase testosterone naturally. I don't take any testosterone at all. I would like to go ahead and go on some type of a human growth hormone series, see if I can help rehabilitate my hip, which I destroyed by being malnourished. I'll show you some of the videos on some of the x-rays I took of my hip, so you can go ahead and see what a plant-based diet will do to you after 15 years. If you wear yourself down by exercising, your body needs nutrition to be able to rebuild itself. Anyways, let's get back to parasites, right? Parasites, or what I, again, like to call demons. Okay, because it all has to do with, if your body's acidic, I mean, you're not drinking clean water, then your body's acidic. If you're eating processed foods and eating a lot of crap foods, okay, crap foods, a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of junk foods, and that's just about any time you go out to a restaurant. Okay, you go to a restaurant and they use seed oils, no matter if it's organic, schmorganic, it doesn't matter. If you're using seed oils and you've got a stomach problem, then you've got big problems. It's because seed oils will inflame your intestinal tract, as they've done mine, and made me have blood in my intestinal tract, okay, for years. Stop the seed oils, stop all the plant assaults for 6 months, give it a try. Don't be shy. Anyways, the parasites are a big thing that no one talks about or no one wants to talk about. These are the demons that live within everybody, and everybody's got parasites. And if your body's acidic, you're not drinking enough water. How much water do you drink a day? Just think of it. I drink a gallon of water a day. Remember, I fast 18 hours a day. Even I'm going to have a second meal. I've already fasted from my evening meal 18 hours. So I eat about 9 o'clock at night, and I won't eat until about 3 in the afternoon if I go ahead and want to eat because I worked out and I want to feed my body. I want to grow my body, then I want to feed it twice a day. A small meal, 18 hours after my big dinner at night, made up of mostly protein and fat, okay, from animal products right now. And I do have some yogurt every night, grass-fed yogurt, and some kefir too, and a couple little pieces of cheese. So a few pickles, some condiments and things like that. This healed my gut. The parasites, people think you're getting them from meat. You're getting them from walking on the grass, okay, in your bare feet. Okay, I'm just doing a video now on using different types of protocols for parasites, including a lot of, several different drugs, pharmaceuticals that are very effective on wiping out tapeworms and wiping out small little spirochetes, little tiny little snakes in your blood, in your saliva. We'll get into that later. On Earther Academy, because of course it's all too weird for anything else. So $10 a month, got a lot of good information on a lot of things there, just for you to be able to upgrade, enhance, and optimize your health and wellness. There's many ways, as they say, to skin a cat, okay? And one of the best ways for anybody to go ahead and start detoxification is to put in clean water in their diet and get yourself a cheap far-infrared sauna. You can get better ones. I got mine at Costco for $1,000. Okay, a wood one. It's a bigger one. You can do more in it. You can do techniques in it and such. You know, use the gouaching techniques in the small sauna. It's a little harder to do that, just because you don't have the space, right? Things up to your neck. I like to go ahead and have my head and everything in the big far infrared sauna, but the little one will make you sweat like crazy. Definitely. It's not as comfortable as the big one because I like to stretch in the sauna and everything else, but this will help you massively to be able to get a lot of the dirty water out of your body. Think of your body as like I said, what kind of water do you have in your body? How about what color is the water in your body? Is it clean like distilled water, right? Or 6 times distilled vodka? And that's the stuff that you use to clean your skin. Just go to Costco and get that. But as you grow older, your water starts to get dirtier. So you'd add a little bit of dirt to that nice clean 32 ounce, basically your body's 18 gallons of salt water, but just to get the idea, the example, if you had 18 gallons of water and you kept on putting a little bit of dirt in there, heavy metals, plastics, different poisons, pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, fungicides, all different types of things in there. If that water in time does not get filtered, it does not go ahead and get diluted, okay, to stay to some form of clarity, as you get older, you get more toxic and you accumulate. It's just real basic. So if you knew that that's the case, you have to go ahead and drink water. You have to. Clean water. And some people will say, don't drink a lot of water. Well, if you're eating a bunch of meals, okay, then I don't, look, here's real simple. Once I have my afternoon snack, I'll go ahead at 3 o'clock, let's say, 4 ounces of grass-fed hamburger patty, a couple eggs, whatever it would be. It's just protein and fat, no sugar, no junk, okay? I'm going to drink about 20 minutes beforehand. I'm going to drink about maybe 20 ounces of water or whatever I feel I need to fill myself up, because I'm not going to have any water at all for at least an hour and a half after I go ahead and eat my meals. My high protein meals and high fat meals, you need high or low amounts, well, high concentrations, okay, acidic hydrochloric acid in your gut, pH of 2, pH of 1.5, to break those heavy protein chains down and fat chains down into bioavailability. Okay, eating meat from Walmart is garbage meat. Remember, they feed the cattle wheat, corn, soy, cake, garbage, moldy hay, put mold pellets in their ears. Cats get fat. Okay, cows get fat in 3 months by feeding them this moldy crap. Mold makes estrogen. Again, if you're fat, you got high amounts of estrogen. Grab your boobies. Done this in many videos on the Rethinking Reality videos. Okay, grab your boobies and see if you've got a bud. This bud's for you, right? Okay, let's turn you into a man and drink a beer so you can get a man boob. Anyways, lavender essential oils are also estrogenic. All fragrances, from the fragrances in your laundry detergent, from the chemical fragrances that you would smell in anything. I don't care if it's garbage bags. I smelled the garbage bag the other day and I got to hold my breath because they put some type of a scent, some perfumey garbage perfume that, again, all synthetic scents are estrogenic. Just remember that. All of them. Show me one that's not. Okay? Show me one that's not. Look it up yourself. So when you buy laundry detergent or when you have lotions that have synthetic fragrances, when you hang one of those little Christmas trees in your cars because your car's bloody stinky, so clean it, man. If your car is stinky, that means you're you know what's stinky too. Everything's stinky. Okay, the little Christmas tree smells maybe good like a pine tree, but that's synthetic fragrance, estrogenic. So, anyways, estrogen makes you fat, and not only that, it gets you sick. Give anything estrogen and watch it get sick. Watch it get maybe the thing called cancer, okay? And could it be possible? I've said this a lot of times. Could it be possible or probable that the big C is just parasites? Just parasites. That means if they're parasites, it means they can be eradicated. Okay? And there is lots of literature, okay? And you may not find it in the United States, but it's worldwide. Remember, parasites are everywhere and everybody has them. If anybody thinks they don't have them, you're just playing with your mind. I don't care if you went to the doctor and they did a stool sample, or somebody went ahead and did some hocus pocus and muscle tested you and did whatever and says you don't have parasites anymore. And homeopathy is not going to change the ferocious drinking of blood that the giant schistosoma and or many tapeworms do, whether you like it or not. Okay, you can put a gold, a lot of the new age people, yeah, no, I'm just going to put a golden light around my body and it's going to protect me from parasites and also from all the wireless in the air too. It's going to protect me from that. Anyways, like I said, I'm going to be doing a video on parasites coming up here, and this is on treatments and protocols that I use and have used that are very effective and very safe. They're used, remember, millions and millions of times a year around the world on a lot of things, including humans. Like I said, could it be possible that all these sicknesses, when you get the flu, okay, what do you think that is? Well, that's the last life cycle of the tapeworm, just so you know. After you get infected from an egg could be on the ground, just sweeping the ground. You don't have to eat meat, like I said, but if you're eating forms of meat that have a bunch of estrogen in them, you're just feeding all the parasites. You have to have grass-fed stuff. You have to have stuff that doesn't have RSBT in it, all these different hormones to make the animals fatter or produce more milk or whatever the case may be. Whatever's in that food goes to you, and you can see what it's done to you. It's not me. Judge yourself. We all judge ourselves. That's why you want to keep your ego. If you don't keep your ego, just like, a lot of guys want to tell you, get rid of your ego. No, you need to just keep your ego in check. Your ego is what watches out for you, and it looks at you, and it maybe doesn't like you. It doesn't like the way your hair is, doesn't like the way maybe you're aging. I love everything. Remember, it's part of life, the life cycle. The circle of life. Okay? Somebody wiped my arse when I was a child, and if you live long enough, then guess what happens? If you have siblings, they're going to wipe your arse, unless they give the job to someone else, right? But in the old days, that's the way it works. The law of the circle. Anyways, parasites are real. And think of the parasites as demons. And if you have a dry body, lots of people are chronically dehydrated. How much water are you putting in your body a day? Do you sweat at all in your job? You sit down all day long like most people do, 10 hours a day, sitting on their duff. Okay? If you got back problems, joint problems, stiff problems, a lot of these different things, confusion, is because most likely maybe your water in your body's dirty and you need to change it up to something that is pure and pristine, which would be distilled water. The second best water would be RO water, and if you've got fluoride in your water, then you need a fluoride filter. And they don't last forever. You got to change them about every 4 to 6 months or so, just to make sure that the fluoride filter is absorbing that toxic chemical. That's why you can't swallow your toothpaste, guys. You know why? It's because it'll make you sick. Read the label. Jeez. Anyways, parasites, like I said, affect a lot of people unknowingly. The more water you have in your body, Okay, you just got to think this way. The more water you have in your body, the more you're going to go ahead and flush things out of your body, including the poop from the parasites. So let's say you're eating food and you don't even go to the bathroom but once every couple of days, and you should go to the bathroom at least twice in the morning or twice sometime throughout the day, depending on if you eat once a day, then poop one good time. Okay? And if you're not pooping one good time, you know what happens to you? You're super toxic. You're not excreting the garbage out of your body. You're not. And one of the biggest things that could be wrong with you is just chronic dehydration. Again, go to Earther Academy and watch the videos and just shut down all the rest of social crap, media, all the garbage, okay? All the theater that you see everywhere, okay? And theater is everything you see on television is theater, isn't it? It's entertaining you, right? It's causing you to have fear, doubt, and uncertainty, and or maybe happiness, bliss, and joy because you're not getting it. You see someone else getting it, then all of a sudden you clap your hands. At least someone's got a smile on their face. But as you see, stressing yourself out doesn't do yourself any good, okay, at all. Because if you're chronically dehydrated, you know what, your body's making tons of cortisol all day long. And this is a very toxic system in your body. You're drinking coffee all day, you're stressed out, you're under Wi-Fi all day long in cell tower and electrical magnetic field. Your body's stressed. Your cells get stressed, and they excrete different types of byproducts as a waste product from being stressed. Okay, so anyways, the more you're stressed out emotionally, okay, stressed out physically, and you're stressed out physically maybe because you're digging holes all day and you're on a vegetarian or vegan diet. Okay, you're not nourishing yourself. And if you're sitting behind a computer chair, it's going to take you maybe a little longer to get, I guess, malnourished. Okay, because you're not doing anything with yourself. And again, if you're 10 pounds plus overweight, you've got some work that you've got to do. Do it if you want. If you don't, then again, pull your ego out of the closet, is because whatever, you know, Eckhart told, you know, all the guys have told you, okay, there's a lot of truth to a lot of things, okay? But your ego is not your enemy. It is there to help us, you, me, okay, keep you in check. Keep you in check. If you put it in the closet, then most likely you're overweight. You don't care about yourself. You dress like crap. Your toenails have toe fungus and dirty, you know, long toenails, and your car looks like crap, okay? Don't you give a shit what anybody else thinks about you? Don't you care? Just a question. Do you care? And if you don't, that means your ego is in the closet. And a lot of those books that you read, okay, that didn't do you that much good, okay, only what they do is what they do. They caused you to be able to not care about a lot of things. And care is everything. Everything. And if you care about yourself, okay, you give yourself more water and you'd repent by sitting in the sauna and torturing yourself. Once you start to sweat, like I say in the videos, you do what you want. I like to stay in there for at least 45 minutes. Okay, listen to something. It's because it is sort of boring. Stretch a little bit or do whatever. Watch TV, whatever it takes. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. I'm going to the butcher shop here. Picking up 25 porterhouse. And they're about $7 a pound here, straight from the, you can call it slaughterhouse, whatever you want to call it, the food house, right? And remember, animals don't have neonatal cortexes, so they've never heard of death. They've never heard of Buddha. They've never heard of politics. They've never heard of money. They've never heard of racism. They've never heard of equality or anything, because their mind doesn't think that way. Remember, the human diseased mind is very confused when there's lots of parasites in your body, when your body's chronically dehydrated, when you've got a lot of accumulated chemicals inside you, and your hormones are totally imbalanced, which means that you've lost a lot of the brakes in your mouth and you've said things that are sacred, and now you have problems. Is because words are sacred and you can't let go of what you said. And you didn't mean to say it. I didn't mean to say that. No, I know. It's because you're emotionally unsound. That's why. You're watching too much of the television. You're not drinking enough water. You're not helping yourself in any way. And I can see that in most people. I'm just watching some of these people. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself if you can. And if you can't, it's only because maybe you're just being ignorant. Like I said, I've spent the last, since 1984, helping people, trying to have them help themselves. Not just come to me and I'll help you. No. Let me see if we can try and see to get you on the program to help yourself. Anyways, what do we got here? 30 minutes. I think that's enough talking. Take action, though, guys. If you don't take action, you're just being, it's buffoonery. Again, look in the mirror yourself and check it out. Check it out yourself. Can you see that your ego needs to be put in its place? Watching out for you. Watching out for you. Whoop, the camera's that way. Watching out for you. Anyways, when you watch out for yourself, okay, it's not being greedy, it's not being selfish, it's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to watch out for yourself, okay? You know, if you're in a toxic job, toxic relationship, whatever it is, don't fight it, negotiate it. And if it can't be negotiated, then all you can do is leave it. Fighting is dumb. Fighting is a demonic feeding frenzy. When two people fight and are frustrated and angry with one another, remember, the parasites in your body are physical parasites. They feed off of you, crap inside you. But there's mind parasites too. And these ones, if you drink more water or not, I don't think it makes a difference. Okay? You have to keep that in check. Do you think your mind is just your own? Just think about that. Do you think your mind is just your own? Or your feelings are just your own? Take this thing off the rack for a sec. So here's the slaughterhouse right there, and this is where I go in to get my food. This is Kulani meat packing house. So yeah, if you can, you want to find a butcher, local butcher, grass-fed only. Look, grass is everywhere here. If you don't have cattle, look, cut that grass down right there on the ground, and that's how it turns into. Little grass, beautiful grass, and nobody puts seeds on the ground. And if you don't cut it, see that big grass behind? It's the same grass, called cane grass. And that's about a year's worth of growth right there. That's it, a year's worth of growth, maybe less, maybe about 8 months. Okay, so, but if you cut it down, it's beautiful. So, again, whoops, I lost transmission there for a sec. And look, I don't use my phone at all. Zero. On. It's on airplane mode. If I want to check it, I'll turn it on. And I'm glad at my house I don't get function. Get a hard line too. Remember, this is a stressor on your body. Your body makes tons of chemicals when it's stressed, and then you need a lot of water to drink to push it out. I get my minerals in my food. I just want to make this point. I get my minerals from my food and from my salt. I have a lot of salt on my food at night. Okay, I get my minerals that way. If I want to, like in my water, I put some lemon in there today because I wanted to. I get some electrolytes in there and stuff, and it just washes me. But if I wanted to detox, then I just drink distilled water because it's going to go in and eat the kidney stones, the gallstones, the oxalates, because that's what it does. Remember, the limestone caves eats up the cave. You think water does that? No, distilled water does that. If it's alkaline, the limestone is alkaline, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't eat it. It's eating it. It's breaking the rocks down so your body doesn't accumulate these rocks in your body. Most people, your joints, okay, are sore, they're stiff and everything is because you've got a lot of oxalate formation in there. Some people will call it arthritis. Arthritis, inflammation of the bone. If you got inflammation of the bone and you've got small little parasites inside you, then they're on that bone eating that tissue. This is why when you have inflammation, you need to get rid of it. You need to ice it and do whatever it takes. Okay, watch our protocols on that. I use DMSO, I use a lot of things. I cut my leg really good in my face. I got this big scar on my face. I got this cut from here to here, and I fixed it myself. Okay, if not, you're going to go to the hospital. Why? Because it's going to get infected. You don't want it to get a scar and all those things, right? So watch those, how I did my ankle wound healing, and having iodine, turpentine, okay? Pine oil, basically. It's not turpentine from the store. Having different things in your emergency chest to treat yourself, if need be. If need be. Okay? And of course I treat myself. Why? It's because I don't need to go to the hospital and go ahead and go through the rigmarole and get charged $2,000-$3,000 for something simply I can do myself. But I have the background. So it's time to learn. And if you learn, then guess what happens? It's time to practice. And how do you learn? You learn from other people. It's all an experiment. We only do what we do is because we're experimenting and finding out what is maybe better than what I'm told. More efficient, right? Less costly is always the fact when you do things yourself. Okay? Doesn't mean it's going to turn out right, but it is less costly to do anything yourself. So learn how to do it right. Anyways, that's enough. Aloha, guys, and we'll see you later. Like I said, watch out for that video I'm going to do on parasitic protocols using several different proven pharmaceuticals for maintenance and eradication of tapeworms. Okay, the tinea species. They suck blood. And everybody's got them. And if you think you don't, like I said, it's the demon inside you that says you don't have them. It's because it doesn't want you. It doesn't want you to. Go ahead and duel with them. Remember, these things are seamed perfectly in your nervous system. Seamed perfectly within your nervous system and your mind. Your feelings are not your own. Find out what happens to you when you get healthy. Maybe you'll like yourself a little more. And if you're treating yourself in a negative way, then most likely you're demonically possessed. Parasitically possessed, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. If you're treating yourself, okay, not good. If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're being an alcoholic, okay, pharmaceutical-aholic, okay, doing anything that basically, I don't care what it is, from drinking all these energy drinks and whatever it is, dry yourself out for a little while, and then if you want to, then put them back. But you got to dry yourself out for 6 weeks if you can. Watch the fasting protocols that we did, the fasting videos. Anyways, enough. Like I said, there's a ton of stuff to learn, and when you get sick, it's too late. You're going to have to figure it out before you get sick and or do the maintenance just like you would, like I said. All that water needs to get clean again in your body. And how are you going to do that? Follow the protocols. Start out a little bit at a time. Baby steps at a time. We did a video on that. Okay? A little bit at a time. And you've started your journey to a positive way. Okay, time to go. I got myself also some organ meats too. We got some kidney. I got some liver. $2 a pound, right? Let's see, what else did I get? I got a big heart too. 8-pound heart. I split that up. And heart is full of mitochondria. And you don't cook the crap out of these things either. Remember, you're wanting to get the nutrition, then you cook it, right? The more you cook it, the more you break things down. It helps break things down. But if you want for regeneration, when you eat meat or flesh products, you want them as raw as possible because the DNA has not been fractured. It's not denatured protein. It hasn't been destroyed yet. Okay, the myoglobin and DNA is intact. Let it come into yourself and let it use those branches of whatever that, because there is validity to, if you're sick, okay, it's one thing. But if you're malnourished, you need to regenerate. And you need to regenerate, okay, by exercise too. You have to exercise. What do you think? You're going to gain? I gained 25 pounds of muscle. I worked out 3 days a week, intensely for an hour, 3 times a week. Sometimes 4. That's it. And I ate correctly, and I gained, like I said, 25 pounds of solid muscle. I didn't get fat. I still have my abs. I'm 61 years old. I'm an old man, and I still have abs and veins and all those kind of things. We all should. When you see your veins in your arms, okay, or on your stomach or whatever it is, remember, this is the clarity that you're showing. This is your vascular system. This is to show that your skin is see-through. Okay, it's see-through. It's just a small little skinny little wrapping, like saran wrapping on a piece of meat, okay? That's all it is. And everything below that is foe. Yeast, mold, fungus, candida, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. It's a parasite, okay? Last video to watch. Is body fat a parasite? That's a good one, just for you to put in your head. So if you're overweight, okay, like this person walking to me right now, she's probably about 80 pounds overweight. She's not even walking, she's shuffling, okay? Poor girl. No judgment. It's just everybody needs to be able to pull their ego out of the closet and check out what I need to do for myself, because you're doing something for someone else. Why don't you do something for yourself? And if you don't know these things are happening to you, then maybe your friend, if they love you enough, will go ahead and tell you, hey man, check you out, man. Why are you letting yourself go? And put them in check. And they may hate you for it, but that's okay. Put them in check, nicely. And tell them what you're doing. Tell them how you've changed. Not just what they're not doing, but how to start. Remember, water in the sauna is a good start. All right, that's enough. Aloha before I start again. Okay, that's it.